Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to another pick a card over here at Scatter Love Tarot. And today we are doing a you versus them, or your feelings versus their feelings. We're just going to kind of find out what's going on between you and this person. And remember, it doesn't always have to be romantic love. So if you're here trying to learn about somebody that is a family member, a friend, that is welcome too. And these are general messages. Also keep in mind that as you guys interact with the channel, it does allow me an opportunity to connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. So that being said, if it does resonate, hit that thumbs up button down below, subscribe to the channel, and set that notification bell so you guys always know when the next video does get uploaded. With that being said, we won't waste too much time. We will go ahead and get right into our prayer today. And while this is lighting, I do just want to say thank you so much to everyone and anyone that has chosen to join this tribe. Like, I'm so honored to have you guys here on my channel. If you guys are new, we're all human here. You guys are welcome with open arms, and I'm sending everybody so much love. So just thank you. You guys humble me every moment of every day, and I'm just so blessed to have each and every one of you guys here on this journey with me. The beautiful comments, the likes, and the subscribes. You guys are just so amazing, and never forget that you guys are so wonderful too. So with that being said, let's get into our prayer. My beloved source, this is for anyone and everyone who joins this video, if it's just for a second or if it's for the entire time. I ask that you put your hand on their heart. May they be reminded of the truth of who they are. May they be reminded that while we are asking these questions, at the end of the day, our own inherent love comes from within us. And that each and every one of them is worthy of self-love and worthy of being their own best friend and worthy of being the amazing support system that they've always wanted and wished for in their life for themselves. And with this knowledge, may you show the path to them, each and every one of them. May it be clear which way they can go, the path of least resistance, not the path of less challenges, but the path of least resistance to the knowing of their inner truth. Because we know that we live in a contrast world, and we understand that challenges are a part of our experience and also can be declared as beautiful blessings in disguise. So with that being said, may all of my fellow humans on this video know their own blessings, even if they are in disguise. May they come to the knowledge of what that blessing is as quickly as you allow in your divine timing. I ask that you bless everyone that is here. I ask that you show them the miracles that they are. And I ask that you show them the love that they all give in their life. May that be returned to them tenfold, hundredfold, thousandfold. As these words are spoken into this space and onto this video, so shall they be. Amen, aho, ase. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's get this set up over here. See if I can knock that off. Okay. The part I knocked off was still burning in my little cauldron over here. That's cute. Okay, guys. Let me make sure I've got everything out the video. Okay, excellent. So, you versus them. This is going to be your feelings versus their feelings, okay? And we're going to choose one from my Kuan Yin Oracle deck because this is just the nurturing vibe, and it's such a beautiful deck anyway, so I always need to get it out sometimes. So source for pile number 1. What will help us understand pile number 1 versus this other person? Their feelings versus this other person's feelings. What will help us better understand their pile, source? Wow, that's too many. For pile number 1, source, what will better help us understand? Thank you. Okay, for pile number 2, what will help us better understand pile number 2 versus this person? Pile number 2's feelings versus this person's feelings. Whoa, thank you. Things is flying. All right, and for pile number 3, what will help us better understand pile 3 versus this person? Pile number 3's feelings versus this person's feelings. What will help us better understand that? Okay, this one wants to come out. Okay. And for pile number 1, I'm putting on this beautiful garnet. As always, they're all beautiful. For pile number 2, we have this shard of amethyst. And for pile number 3, we have this peach moonstone. Okay, just move these up. Okay, so we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Whichever one you guys are drawn to, that should be your pile. Just keeping in mind they are general readings. So with that being said, whichever one you guys have chosen, I will see you on your perspective. Hello, my fellow humans that chose pile number 1 or this garnet. This is going to be your reading, you versus them, your feelings versus their feelings. We're going to find out what's going on. So first, let's get the dice. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to do the dice, but I think I know how I want to do them. And I'm actually have a little box that I'm going to put them on today and see if that helps. So source, actually, give me just a second. Okay guys, so if these resonate, hit the thumbs up button, and keeping in mind that as you interact with the channel, it allows me an opportunity to get you out more resonant readings. I just wanted to connect with this energy because I have a weird energy coming through here and I'm not quite sure how to put a word on it, but it feels very overwhelming, okay? And I don't feel like this is you, I feel like this is them. So what I want to do with the dice, I understand now, because Source is trying to explain to me something. There's like this energy here coming through where they're very overwhelmed by how they feel about you. They're very much in this, like, they're not sure exactly what to do. But I want to use the dice to find a connecting energy between the two of you. Like, what connects you guys? Like, what is the energy that's connecting you guys here? And then we'll use that as a start for the reading, okay? So let's go ahead and ask the dice. Source, pile 1 versus this person. What are the connecting feelings between pile 1 and this person? So please understand the connecting energies, feelings, whatever it is that connects pile 1 and this person. Can we understand that a little bit more with the dice, Source? Okay. Let me grab this box, okay? It's a little bit tore up here. I'm sorry, guys. This is just what I have. I'm trying to figure out a different way. Someone actually gave this as an advice down below, and I thought it was a great idea. And I was like, oh, okay. So hopefully this brings it in close enough to you guys here to where you see it, and I don't have to zoom in and zoom out. I know it's nice to zoom in and zoom out, which my camera does, but it shakes so much. But I hope that actually brings it in closer. It looks pretty good. Okay. So what connects you guys? Yeah, it's like an overwhelming feeling here. With the 3rd house, this doesn't have to be a romantic partner. Okay, this could be like a friend or a sibling, and it's like there's just a strong connection between you two. It could absolutely be a romantic partner, but again, it doesn't have to be. But this is someone that sees you as part of their peer group. This is like, you guys will travel to each other, you guys will connect with each other, and the energy that's between you guys is very close. This is a very strong energy, not something that can be easily broken, right? This is the connecting energy, okay? We're talking about connecting energy here. And with the Sagittarius energy, it's like a lot of fun between you guys. Like when you guys do connect, there's a lot of adventure. There's a lot of optimism. There's a lot of, sometimes there's a little bit of excess. So I did get that if this is a sexual connection or a romantic connection, there's a lot of sex that's involved, which is cool. Hey, you know, but sometimes too much of one thing can be a bad thing, and it can take away from other aspects of the connection. If this is just a family situation or a friendship, it's like you guys are always trying to build up your intelligence together. Like you guys are open-minded with one another. It kind of like you both create this connection between each other where you're very ambitious and you want things to be better. Like you want, it's like I'm always trying to be my best self with you, right? And that's how you guys are. And you've changed each other's lives massively, right? Especially with this Uranus energy here. It's like you guys have changed each other's lives massively. And there's a lot of goofiness between you guys, a lot of originality. It's like when you guys have an idea, maybe an adventurous idea, it's like always very original. It's always very fun. And it's like together you guys have created a lot of openness with your energy, your hearts. Like you guys have helped impact each other's hearts in a very beautiful way. And this is the planet of friendship. So again, that's what I was getting. This could be a love connection. We'll definitely get some more from the tarot. But I do feel like this is more centered around friendships. And there's just this overwhelming connection. Like, how could we just be friends and I'm so in love with you? Like, not like romantically in love with you. Just like so in love, you know? Like that unconditional love. No, there is nothing you can do wrong. There's nothing they can do wrong type energy here. And it's very much like connected. Like there's this energy where you guys are connected. You guys might also share some astrological traits. That's coming through here. But there's a lot of originality that flows between you guys. There's a lot of freedom that flows between you guys. Like you're not looking to change one another. You guys show up exactly as you are. And there's no judgment. It's like, oh, you know, pile one, that's how they are. And you're like, oh, my person that we're talking about, that's how they are. And you're like, and I love that about them. And maybe it's not the best part about them. Like there's other parts that are much better than this, but I still love them for those parts too, because without those parts, I don't feel like we would be where we are. Right? And so overall, it's actually really beautiful connecting energy. You guys have a lot of fun together. You guys experience a lot of unique things together. And that's a beautiful energy to have. That's connecting you guys. Let me move my box out of the way here. And put this down. Okay. I hope that made things a little bit easier. Thank you, by the way, for suggesting that. You know who you are. If you're on pile one, I'll say it on all of them. So let's see. What do I want to... I want to do these. Okay. And then we'll use these to clarify. Okay. So, source, for my pile number ones, can I get a few cards for how my pile number one feels about this person? Oh, they want me to shuffle. My bad. I just started. How does pile number one feel about this person, source? Can we get a couple cards to describe how pile number one feels about this person? Like that, I almost dropped all the cards. That's like how it feels like sometimes, like you drop the ball with them, but like not in a bad way. It's like why do I feel like there's something that happened between you guys that you feel like it's an end of an ending, and it's not at all. Like neither one of you guys want this to end. And it's like, but there's this energy, it's like this overwhelming energy. Like I love you so much, I can't let this end. I love you too much to let this end. Like, but I feel like I screwed up, or I feel like they screwed up, or they feel like they screwed up. You know what I mean? Like that's the type of energy that's coming through here. I'm trying to really articulate this here, but it's I don't know, it's just it feels like, oh my gosh, I messed up and nothing is ever going to fix this. And that's not the case. Like it just, sometimes you just need to talk. So may please get a couple cards here for how pile one is feeling. Thank you, source. Please get a couple cards on how pile one is feeling. Oh yeah, okay. With this flipping over, I do feel like somebody here is a man, okay? Whether that's you or them. Yeah, I'm feeling like source is saying that's them. But it is saying that there's a male energy here, a masculine energy for sure, okay? That's just kind of one of those things. How does this person feel about pile 1? How do they feel about pile 1, Source? Can I get another card, please? Okay. How do they feel about pile number 1, Source? What else can you tell us about how they feel about pile number 1? Thank you. How else do they feel about pile number 1, Source? Thank you. Yeah, like your guys' connecting energy. It's like you guys care about each other, but again, it's like fresh love. This feels like very much like the love of youth. Like we always keep each other young. Like you guys could be best friends and you guys always pull pranks on each other, or you guys are always just trying to find a way. It's not to one up each other. That's not what this is. It's like I'm always trying to find a way to get back at them in the most loving way possible to make them laugh. You know, that's the type of energy here. So let's talk about how you feel about them. And I do want to point out that energy is fluid. So if this feels more like them, then okay, that's them. And if this feels more like you, then this is you. So take it how it resonates. Again, energy is fluid, right? So let's see here. Yeah, a lot of like grounded energy here. Like you really love to share things with them. You really love this, like gives me this energy of like, I always want them as a part of my life. Like maybe you sit down and eat dinner together all the time. And it's like, let's talk about our days. Let's talk about our week. And again, this could be anybody. This could be a love interest too. But what I was getting from the third house energy here is this is someone more like family, whether that's a sibling or a friend, or, you know, it's just someone you consider like family, which could absolutely be a love interest, right? It could be your husband. It could be your wife. It could be your spouse. It could be your partner or whatever, right? So, but it's like you feel like I just want to give them what I have, but there's this energy with you like I don't have very much that I can give. So I give what I can. I share what I have. And together we seem to manifest and create this vibrant life together. It's like when you guys are with one another, it's like nothing else matters except the time that you guys spend together. And it's actually really beautiful energy. And there's this energy as well as like confidence coming through here where you guys have, like you, pile 1, have a lot of confidence when you're with this person. Like they get you out of your shell and they create a lot of self-esteem in your life because they accept you as you, right? They accept you as who you are. And that's something that we absolutely get from the dice here. It's like understanding that you guys help each other see the best parts of yourself. And even if there's the worst parts, quote unquote here, right? It's like you guys accept those parts because of that. It makes you feel seen and you feel seen by them. And that makes you feel really special. But this is very material oriented, right? This is very like earthy energy here. It's very like taking slow time to build. Like this could be a friend from school. This could be a childhood best friend. Again, that sibling energy. But it's like no matter what, like you guys have this connection of caring for one another and really wanting to make sure that each other is doing okay. Even if okay isn't a lot, I want to make sure that we're doing okay. And there's this sense of feeling a deep need to always be there to support them. Like maybe that's in money, maybe that's with money, but I don't know, like I get this feeling it's just everything. Like I want to support them with everything. Yeah, we have these two flip over. Again, we have that energy of being grounded and nurturing. Like you feel so nurtured by them and grounded by them. And it's like, again, this youthful love, right? We have these matching energies coming out. This like youthful love here coming through. It's like just you guys will always love each other no matter what. You know, like if it's a sibling, of course you guys, maybe you fight, maybe you argue, you have your moments, but it's like no matter what, you guys will always love each other. And it'll always be like, you guys will always banter. You guys will always give each other a bad time. Like you guys will always be there. And it's like for some reason, I'm getting the sense that maybe you're the mature one in the situation, and that's nothing against whoever this person is. What I'm saying is, like, with the Queen of Coins coming out here, mature in the sense of, like, the one that's the most grounded, especially with all this earth energy coming out with the diamonds. It's like you are the one that is so grounded here in the physical world. That's why I was saying, like, this is a masculine energy here when we got the King of Wands here. Or the King of Clubs. It's like, this is very masculine energy here. Okay? And so it's like this energy of really being a masculine figure for this person, but it's like almost like it's like the support system. And then with the King of Coins, or the King of Coins, the King of Clubs here, it's denoting this, I'll always be there, because of the infinity sign, right? This is the Magician, and the infinity sign here is in its main, and it's like this, I'll always be there no matter what. And these flipped over. That was great that those two flipped over. Let's move on to how they're feeling. Yeah, look, and on the bottom of the deck we have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, so it's like this energy, and I'll get some clarifiers from this for them too, but you guys really just have this grounded love for them. It's very truthful, it's very honest, it's very nurturing. It's like I just want them as a part of my life because they've impacted me so much, and we have this really deep relationship that maybe others envy, right? But it's always fun and adventurous, and it's changed both of you guys. Look, we have the Ace of Swords again. It's the Ace of Spades. Yeah, and we have the Two of Coins, or I'm sorry, the Two of Diamonds with the Popess, and the Eight of Coins. The Eight of Diamonds. Yeah, look at the groundedness in this relationship. And truth, it's like, so how they feel about you, they feel like you're just meant to be a part of their life. Like the truth of the situation is, right? There's this deep love that you guys have for each other. It's like, it's playful. This feels so fun to me. It's like, it feels like, oh my gosh, it just, you in my life, and it's like, it matters, and I need you, and it's like, but it's not like a need either. It's just like, I know this is how it's supposed to be, right? I'm clear that you're meant to be a part of my life. And it's like, you have helped them see, okay? You've helped them see this energy of themselves, that they're capable of being super intuitive and super capable of connecting with their higher self and listening to their heart. And again, we have the feminine energy here coming through. So this is feminine energy with that very connected to the moon, right? This is Piscean energy. It's like very feminine, very mystical, and I kept hearing nostalgic. Like that's what wants to come through. It's like I hear nostalgic. So it's like everything that you guys do, it's like it's nostalgia for them. It's just like it adds to their repertoire, their memory banks, right? Like it's like adding to their memory banks, and constantly like they play it over and over again because it makes them feel good. We also have this psychic connection. You guys could have a telepathic connection or a psychic connection where you finish each other's sentences in a really weird way. Like people are like, what the heck? And you're like, yeah, like this is how it's been. But you have the third eye here, and with the moon over the third eye, it's like you guys just are connected like that. And the way that they feel about it, it's like they don't want anyone to replace you. They always want to be able to come home to work on this. They always want to be able to work on our connection. That's what it's like, never letting you go, right? Finding a way to patch it up. That's why I was saying I kept getting this energy that something bad had happened. Or not bad necessarily, but like maybe an argument. And it's like they want to work to patch things up with you. Okay, and it's like they don't want to leave it like this. It's like, let's always patch things up. Let's always make things better. And they truly do care about you, but this is very earth-based. This is all very earth-based. Everything is very 3D based here. Right? And it's like the only Cups cards that we had come out here is both the Page of Cups. Right? Because the Jack is connected with the Page. And so it's like these energies of being able to to see things from a fresh place, and it's like new love. So if you guys are friends, maybe it's like this is like taking the friendship to the next level, but knowing that it has to be this way, knowing that it's always being connected like this. So let's get some clarifiers for this side. Source, can you please get a little bit more clarifying energy for this? It's a really beautiful energy, really, guys. It is. Source, can we please get some clarifiers for how they feel about pile number 1? And in a sense, it's like I get this feeling that you've shown them a part of themselves that no one else would have. You believe in them so much. And again, that physical aspect of it in the earth realm, right? That physical aspect of it. And you believe in them so much that they feel like they can accomplish anything. And that's given them a lot of courage. And that's given them a lot of strength in the world. Yeah, there's this cold energy that's coming through here. Yeah. Okay. I see what we're saying here. So look, okay, let's just look at these two figures before we even look at what's on the bottom of the deck. Let's look at these two figures here. They love you, okay? They care about you. They'll always care about you. But something has happened in this connection that is keeping you guys... There's like a lot of pride that's coming through. That's that emotional ego coming through, right? And neither one of you guys are looking at how to fix it right now. But being that this is on their side, it's like they want to fix it, okay? And if you look, the king here is looking at you on this side, right? And it's like seeing that you're doing so well. And maybe there's this block in the connection where you guys aren't together right now, okay? And it's like they want to fix that. They want to bridge that gap. They want things to be stable again. But right now, it's like I feel like they're the ones that have cut... If there's no communication between you guys, they're the ones that have cut communication. And with the King of Wands here in the reverse, this is self-sabotage, but this is also due to pride, excessive pride, right? And it's like just that emotional ego that's coming through. It's like, I have to be right, but it's like the more that time goes on, the more they realize there's no need for anyone to be right in the situation. And so it's like you have this deep love. You'll always love them, right? And you might not want them to come back, but like I'm saying, it's like eventually this is gonna be all that can be, right? Is this love? It's like they're gonna have to figure out, am I just gonna let this connection go? Something that's so important to me, something that has always meant something to me. Like you guys have always had a good time together. You guys have always created great memories together. And it's like right now they're being led by source. This is a higher calling here. This is something that they have to go through. They have to go through losing you in some way, shape, or form. And you're focused more on yourself, right? This is energy being focused on self, right? You're not focusing on them right now. You're focused on this energy here, focusing on loving yourself, focusing on taking care of yourself. And they feel left out right now, and they feel cold. And it's like, are you always going to be cold to me in the future? Right? Like, are you always going to be brittle? That's what I heard. Are you always going to be brittle and brutal and rough to me in the future because of what happened? Because that I didn't understand what this meant. Yeah, no, and this is what's going to happen, guys. Like, let's be real at the end of the day. They're going to come rushing back. Because they're like realizing that you serve this huge part in their life, and you have always since you've been there. Yeah, and they're going to make a change for themselves, and they're going to come back towards you. Like this is on the bottom of the deck. Let's just put this here, right? This is them running back to you like, oh my gosh, pile one. Like I have to have your love in my life. Who am I without your love, right? And they want to patch things over with you. Again, that's like everything that's going on here. It's like this is a deeper intuition that's at work. It's like they had to learn some very valuable lessons without you in their life. And that wasn't easy, right? That wasn't easy to do. But if you don't learn the lessons, you're going to keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again, right? And it's like, and mistakes are really more just cycles. Like, I think we give too much credit to it being a mistake. It's more or less, it's not a mistake because it just means that we have to go through the cycle once again to learn the lesson. And that's what happened here. It's like you turned your energy towards you, and now they're feeling the sting from you guys leaving them and not giving to them the way that you always did. Like, you always shared everything that you had. It's like, again, I feel like you're the one that would give to them no matter what. You always want to take care of them. And if this is a love relationship, again, it's just like you guys maybe were in that mode of always giving when they were breadcrumbing you. And there's the point where it got to be too much. And now it's like, I can't do this anymore. I can't be in this energy anymore. And so that's what they had to learn. They had to lose you and see you become a shining star without them. Because they always thought it was going to be because of them. And it's like, again, that this person really took a lot of credit for what was going on in the connection. And they appreciate everything. Like, they really love that you guys are this nurturer in their life. They've never ever met another person like you. And it's like, again, you feel like you always want this person in your life because there's that deep connection. Like, just, it's profound. The connection that's between you guys is super profound. So whoever it is, it's like, if this is a love interest, it's because you guys feel like home. We have the 3 up here denoting the house of the twins, right? So this could be a twin. This could be a soulmate. This could just be someone who is a friend. And that's just, this is a very important friendship to you guys. Like, but whatever it is, it's like, this is a very heavy relationship. And it's a very heavy connection. I feel like they want one more of these. Sorry, guys. I got your oracle cards over here. I didn't realize that they're not on camera. I don't have them turned over yet, but I'll put them right here. I think you can see them there. I've been collecting them. Talking and collecting, so and I want 2 of these. And it's been rough. Whatever's been happening, it's been really rough for them. Yeah. Look, this one flew out on theirs. We have number 14 coming through. Ask for help. What do you really need? And be willing to accept support. Like it's like they used to be able to ask you for help, or you used to give them advice, even if they didn't ask for it. Like, you just kind of knew how to guide them, right? Of course, you're the Queen of Coins over here. It's like, of course you know how to guide them. You're intuitive. You're wise. You're nurturing. You're caring. You see people for who they are because you see the physical aspect, the physical vessel they're in, and you notice the small nuances of that. And right now, they don't have that. And they're like, holy moly, what do I do? And so it's like, again, the pride of not wanting to ask is coming through. And they're trying to find out help from someone else. Yeah, treasure your loved ones on the bottom here. It is important to love others deeply. And see, it's like, here you are nurturing yourself and your inner child. You've created this bubble for yourself. And you've become your whole world. It's like, and it's not because of selfishness. This is because it's like, I had to save my heart. I had to save myself from something that was potentially going to turn toxic. And it's not like you guys share really toxic energies between you two. It's just that each one of you guys were exhibiting toxic behaviors. And it was like, you realized you had to heal a part of yourself because of that. And so even if you're not the masculine energy, that's fine. This is just saying you had to embody the masculine to heal the toxic masculine within. See, we have number 17, have patience. Love is patient and kind always. And this totally explains everything what I was saying. Like, you always want them in your life. And you'll always love them. Whether they're here or they're not, like, you'll always have a deep love for them. I'll always be there. I'll always be giving them love from afar. Like, it's like, and one day when they decide to come in, like, I feel like they are going to come in. I feel like they're going to rush in and they're going to want to try and be your hero, but you're not going to need a hero. You're going to need them as they were, a friend. And they're going to be like, what? And you're like, yeah, I don't need someone to save me. I never needed someone to save me. So for you, we have mountain strength. Yeah, it's like you had to climb this mountain. It was a long time. And this was a long journey. And this was hard for you to overcome. But at the same time, you're enjoying the fruit of your effort. This was a lot of work to get to where you are. And you're finding your inner strength. And you're realizing that it had to happen this way so that you could become a stronger person. And they're seeing that. They're seeing how strong you are. And that still inspires them. Even if you guys aren't connecting with one another right now. And for them, look, they're ending cycles. We have 31 cycles in hair. And this makes so much sense because they're ending these old patterns. What was I saying? If you don't learn the lesson, we create another cycle. We go through, it's like if you make a mistake, which isn't a mistake is a cycle, ultimately, right? It's just learning another lesson. And that's what they're doing right now. They're clearing out those karmic lessons that they have to get through. And it's not easy. Right now, it's like finding stability in the change that they're experiencing is a very uncomfortable place. For you, we have cardinal, instigation, bravery, and pioneering spirit. Like you took and you started things the way that you needed to. Is like, this is like an immediate change in your situation, right? A cardinal sign starts the beginning of a season. It's like you took that to heart and you changed so many things in your life. And that didn't stop you from becoming what you needed to become or becoming who you were meant to become. And so you're like embodying this very masculine energy, right? Again, this is very masculine energy. Cardinal signs are very masculine because they change so much. Like, it's like they're this very aggressive start to the next phase in our life, right? And then we have house 7. Profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. This is for them. Look, it's like they're longing for that again. And look, it's like here you have the mountains again, right? You have the mountains on your side. There's a lot of mirroring between you two. Again, this could very well be a twin connection. Again, I'm not here to really do that, but I do have to bring it up if it comes up in the reading. And so with the 3rd house here, we do have that connection of twins. But we also do have friendships and family and all that. And so whatever it is, you guys are definitely like remind them of home. But now they're seeing that they too have a mountain to climb to overcome their own toxic behaviors, their own toxic patterns, the things that have kept them from connecting with you. But this is how they feel. They feel like this is such a profound relationship. There's a lot of intimacy. And this could be very well be a romantic partnership as well with this house 7. Whatever it is, guys, like what I was getting in the beginning, it's just it's overwhelming the way that it feels, right? It's very overwhelming. So let's read the Kuan Yin card out of the book. Let's first see what you guys got. Let me get a drink of water. Tasty. Okay. So we've got Radiant Moon of Compassion with number 23. So there's change happening between you two right now with this card coming out. But let's see what she says. I just think these cards are so beautiful. And I love that compassion is here because that's definitely the energy that needs to be shown between you guys. Like compassion, just understanding that each of you guys had your own lessons to learn separate from one another. We have Kuan Yin sits upon a radiant moon of compassion, pouring forth the spiritual strength needed to liberate you from lower vibrational energies of fear and judgment into a vibration of freedom, love, and peace where you naturally belong. You're being urged to use this power now to grow spiritually and free yourself from a situation that could draw you down. Beloved, you are currently challenged by lower vibrational energies. This is not bad. In fact, you have called the situation to you so that you may grow spiritually. Kuan Yin is with you to ensure that you are victorious. These energies of challenge may appear to be external in the form of a person, place, thing, or situation, or a current or past relationship. They may appear to be internal in the form of a habit or self-doubt, self-judgment, or the judgment and criticism of others. You can either choose to allow these energies to pull you down into fear and judgment, or you can choose to grow spiritually through the practice of compassion and liberate yourself into a greater peace, love, and freedom. Kuan Yin shines through her radiant moon of compassion, reaching to you to allow her to nourish and lift you, to help you, and as you choose to rise above, growing spiritually stronger as a result. Compassion does not mean becoming a doormat or indulging in the emotional sufferings or even the manipulations or games that another may seek to play from a partially aware and wounded state. It does not mean collapsing into sympathy and seeking to rescue another from their own life choices and experiencing. Compassion is recognition of the power of all souls to co-create their life experience. Compassion is also the recognition of the struggle that humankind can experience in the process of spiritual growth, a gentle, loving compassion for all of humanity, not from a position of spiritual arrogance, but from a position of kindness and generosity of spirit. Compassion aligns you back to your soul light, to your own spiritual power, and lifts you to freedom. Allow the beloved mother to shine her radiant moon of compassion in your heart now to help you free yourself from judgment and back into wisdom, discernment, and peace. You deserve no less, beloved. So this connecting energy between you two is all about compassion. You've learned how to have compassion for yourself in spite of what has happened here. And they're learning how to have compassion for themselves because of what has happened here. And now, once they learn their lesson, and this is going to come to fruition where they're probably going to reach out to you. Again, everybody's in a different place, right? But whatever happens, even if you don't want them to come back into your life, remember, there's always a place of compassion in your heart. And that's something that's so important to show in this, regardless of how you feel about the connection or where you want the connection to go. Always come from that knowing that you too had to struggle in the situation, and as much as they're struggling in the situation. Sometimes it's hard to put the shoe on the other foot. But if you remember the struggles that you experienced, and you can liken that to the struggles that they're experiencing and understand that there's some similarities there, it will help you guys ease into this place of being compassionate no matter what the situation or the outcome tends to be. Okay? So I hope that this helps, guys. This was actually a lot of fun. I enjoyed this reading. I enjoyed connecting with you guys. It was truly an honor. If it resonates, hit that thumbs up button down below. But I am going to leave it here. And until next time, stay human, guys. Bye. Hello, my fellow humans that chose pile number 2. You picked this beautiful shard of amethyst. This is going to be a reading on you versus them. Your feelings versus their feelings. So far, just keep an open mind with these readings. I always say, generally what source wants to talk about, even though we do present a question. I'm just saying that because, just to warn you guys. Okay, anyways. The first reading was absolutely beautiful. Let's go ahead and get into yours. And keep in mind that as you guys interact with my channel, allows me an opportunity to connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. So if it does resonate, hit that thumbs up button down below, subscribe, leave a comment, and hit that notification bell so you always know when the next video does go live. But I'm going to ask the dice today about your guys' connecting energy. And then we will get more information from the tarot cards, okay? So, source for my fellow pile 2s, my fellow humans here. What are the connecting energies between them, between pile 2 and their person that they're thinking about, the person on their mind? What are the connecting energies between them and this person, source? What do they need to know? How can we help them out? What are the connecting energies between them and this person? Okay. And I'm going to try something different today. So if this was you that suggested this, thank you. This was a great idea. So I'm going to put the dice up towards you guys instead of zooming in, because zooming in, it shakes a lot. And I realized that it shook a lot and I just didn't know what else I could do. And so we're just winging it and using what we got. It's actually my yoga block. All right. Perfect. Okay, so we have the 7th house of Libra and the moon energy. This is definitely a deep love between you guys. So it could be, this could be a work relationship. Okay, I'm saying that just right off the bat. So however the relationship is between you and this person. Okay, it could be a partnership. It could be a work relationship. This could be a marriage, a divorce. This could also be a romantic relationship. I'm going to go based on how I feel, and I'm going to talk about one, knowing that it could also pertain to any of these, okay? Because the one that I feel the deepest here is this is a love relationship, okay? Why? Because of the moon. That's why. It's like this is something that has been subconscious. It wants to be brought out into this world, and yet it right now there's like this error of communication that's happening, or it will happen soon. And so there's this need to really connect, right? But I am feeling that there's this like shadow work that is happening here, and soon things are going to balance out for you guys, because that is how it works, right? But between you guys are very relationship oriented with each other, right? There's a lot of intelligent conversations that happen between you guys. It's very easygoing when you guys are together. It feels very beautiful overall. And when you guys share time together, there's also a sense of having enemies that are jealous, right? Like people who are jealous about you guys. People who are like, oh my gosh, pile two, like you and your person, or you and this person, like why do you guys have such a beautiful connection? It's not even fair. Like you guys are just super harmonious and you guys really feed off of one another. Like when things are good, they're really good. But that also denotes that sometimes when things are bad, they're really, really bad. Right? Not always, but I am getting that. The reason I'm talking about it right now is because that's what came through. It's like when things are really, really good, they're really good. And when things are bad, they're really, really bad. And so it's like just knowing that you guys always have an opportunity to balance out your energies no matter what's going on. There's a deep emotion here, and there's a lot of mood swings that come with the moon here, right? Those good and bad moon swings. But you guys are definitely connected on a sense of like nurturing each other. There's a lot of receptiveness to the love here, and you guys reflect on what happens with one another. And you guys are being led by your intuition. It does feel like home here, right? And there's some sense of privacy. So this could be a very hidden relationship, right? Something that you guys don't put out in public, but when you do have it out, like say you guys go and take a walk together and you're holding each other's hands, like people just are jealous. Like it's just interesting how people are jealous. So it could just be because of the way you look. It could be the way your person looks, this person looks, whatever it is. It's like people are jealous. Hold on just a second, guys. I apologize. I have to take care of something real quick. My apologies. I just want to make sure the dogs weren't going to bark on the video. So yeah, it's like when you guys are out, like even if it's secretive, it's just when you guys go out in public, like it's this very like deep connection that you guys have, and it really radiates from both of you guys, like this deep connection, and it's beautiful. It's a truly beautiful connection. So I feel like people just don't know how to handle something like that. Like they just, especially if they've never experienced something quite like that, like they're like, well, why don't I have that? And it all comes from self-healing, right? Like everybody's capable of having these really beautiful, profound relationships with a lover and with family and friends. But it's like at first we have to become that to ourselves in order to feel that to others. But it's like you guys are in the process of really uncovering this deep love for one another. And it's beautiful. So let's get some tarot out on it. So source for pile number 2. How does pile number 2 feel about this person? Okay, and this could be consciously, it could be subconscious. We'll figure it out. This is very subconscious, so I feel like maybe you guys aren't in the relationship stage just yet, and that might not resonate with everyone, but I do feel like, again, that subconscious is like secretive, but it could also be you're wondering if they like you like them, right? And this is saying that they do. Or they're wondering if you like them like they like you, and this is saying, yeah, I do. So how does pile number 2 feel about this person, source? What can you tell us? Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of clarity here. It's a lot of truth, and also this coming out right after the dice reading, this is that connecting energy, and this is a truthful connection between the two of you guys. It's very profound, it's different, it's intuitive, it's on a very spiritual level, right? Make sure this is only one card. For some reason it felt like 2. Okay. How does pile number 2 feel about this person, source? Wow, okay, so they want these both for you. No, the other way. My bad. Alright, let's get some cards out for them. Let me give it a shuffle. How do they feel about pile number 2, source? How do they feel about pile number 2? Whoa, thank you. How do they feel about pile number 2? Thank you. That card literally, it stood up like this right now. It was just like straight up in the air. I caught it before it fell over and put it. I don't know if you guys caught it or not, but how do they feel about pile number 2, source? Sometimes the way the cards come out, it just, like, that's amazing in itself. Not only are the readings cool, like, seeing the connection between everything and how it works. Right? It's like, at the end of the day, all I am is a channel. Like, it's not because of me. Like, my gift is source. Like, that's it. The gift is, in truth, is source. So let's see what's on the bottom. Yeah, you guys have this, like, there's going to be something coming soon. Okay, like, something that's offered. There's going to be something that, it's slow, but it's going to be something that's new. And it's also going to be a small offer. So it's like, don't expect anything crazy, right? Like, I'm not saying a wedding ring here. That's not what's coming out. This feels like they're going to bring in a small offer to kind of test the waters here and to see, you know, it's like, do you really feel about me this way, the same way that I feel about you? Yeah. But let's see what's coming out for you guys here. And again, energy is fluid. So if this feels more like them, then, and this feels more like you, then that's how it is. But just, no energy is set in stone. It doesn't matter who we are, what we've experienced. Okay, so yeah, again, something is coming through, but you do feel like home to them. Like, there's a sense of feeling like home, like taking care of, you have the eggs here. She's taking care of these eggs on this nest. It's like this home, this nesting feeling, like wanting to have children together, wanting to build a family together, and this transformative energy that's coming in here. Wanting to get beyond feeling stuck in your head about this person. Okay, like, you want to get beyond that, and you're gaining clarity here. Something's coming through that's helping you gain clarity, but what has been on your mind is like, wow, I feel like this is my person. I want to build this family with them. I want to have a forever with them. I want to be in love with them. I want to, whatever it is. And it's kind of like weighing you down a lot. And so this feeling of letting go of maybe what everybody else says it has to be, and what it is that you grew up believing that it had to be, and transforming that into something that is more suitable for you and your journey, right? Because what everybody else wants isn't necessarily going to work for you. Yeah, and having success here, right? Having success after a time of feeling lost, and having success after a time of feeling like nothing is moving. It's like there's this like standstill here, and there's this a lot of mental anguish coming through with these, right? There's a lot of mental upset and being stuck in your mind with all these spades cards here. And the 8 of clubs here is it's like an action oriented, but in my deck it talks about being anxious and feeling out of control because of the thoughts that you're having, and that's exactly what we're seeing here, and wanting to transform that. And then after you transform that, you find balance again between the light and dark aspects of yourself. And it's like, how do you feel about them? Well, look at how you feel about them. You think about them all the time. Like, there's not a moment that goes by that you're not thinking about them. Or when you try to push them out of your mind, it's like somehow here they come creeping back in, and you're like, please give me a break from thinking about this person. Like, I know I care about them. I know I love them. I know I feel this way about them, but please, can I just have a break? Right? And that's the thing here. It's like something is going to change and you're going to gain clarity. It's like being content that this is how you feel. And at the same time, it's like in that contentment, you find acceptance for where you're at. And that's what happens here. It's like a spiritual growth, right? Because this is depicting the Chariot. And this is like spiritual growth, like moving into the next phase. And it comes after a transformative energy that's based on your thought processes here. This is a perspective change for you, right? And then we have 4 and 7 here, and that's 11. Plus, if you add this sword or this spades card, that's 12. And we have 12 connecting with the Hanged Man, and that's all about changing our perspectives and being comfortable with where we are and who we are and what we're experiencing. And so it's like always being in your mind, like, why do I love this person so much? Why do I care about this person so much? Why am I thinking about them constantly? Like, why? And it's like having this is a very deep unconscious connection. Like, it's unconscious. Like, there's right now dealing with the physical aspect in life and really healing those aspects of what you're connected to or what you identify with. If you guys hear that, I apologize. It will stop in a minute. But it's like connecting with this energy of like being always connected in the world and the physical and like what's going on in the physical. And when you heal that and you come back to your soul And you heal the subconscious, which is the moon, right? The things that keep us in this suffering, which is this energy here is suffering because of this connection. All of a sudden you gain clarity, you gain insight. This is like your third eye is being open. There's a third eye symbol here on the middle of the sword. It's like, and it's like in action, right? It feels like it's in action here. It's like your third eye is being open to the truth of this situation. And that in itself gives you a moment of just like, it's reprieve is what it feels like. So let's move on to how they feel about you. Look. Yeah, they love you guys. Like, they care about you. I feel like that's the thing. It's like you've just been wondering, do they care about me? Do they love me? Like they do. They love you guys, but it still feels new. Like, it's fresh. This is still very, it's still very immature. Not in a bad sense. It's like child love, right? It's like that start, that very fresh start of the romance. It's like, you guys are still getting to know each other. There's nothing that's been really serious that's happened yet. There's nothing that's really hard and heavy that you had to dealt with, okay? And please, I'm not trying to be dirty here. I'm really not. Like, it's just that's the energy it's coming through. It's just very, like, light and playful, maybe flirtation and fun. And it's like, this is something that they really enjoy with you. And there's, okay, hold on. Let's see. This is also this is the King of Spades depicting the Emperor. Yeah, and look, okay, as much as you've been crazy in your head about this, they've been crazy in their head about it too. But again, we had that energy between you guys here. It's like this offer. I feel like you've said enough. You have enough communication swords here. You've said enough. You've said enough. There's nothing else that you can say or do in regards to this connection. It's up to them. And it's like in this, if there's an energy of wanting to come forward, I definitely feel like it's on them. They're realizing that they have to step up or step off. And this is like finding the courage and the resilience from their own past sufferings to say that you're not what they've experienced before. Okay? And it's like they're going to overcome it. Okay, the Nine of Swords in my deck, it really talks about overcoming those past situations and having luck, even after a period of just complete disarray. Okay, and that's the thing here. And you have the moon here too. We have the moon. It's like very similar here. It's like, yes, maybe they are staying up all night. Yes, maybe they are suffering, but it's like they got to boss up. And when they boss up, it's like they want to come forward and offer you something. Like I was saying, it's like feels like very much a fresh start. Like this is like, hey, you want to go steady type energy, right? Like that's what I mean by something small. It's not like a ring. They're not going to come in, rush in and say, will you marry me type energy. This definitely feels like a no contact situation here. But they're like in this place of just really wanting to deal with it. And they realize that their emotions are true and fresh, but it's like they're so used to being in this place of aggression and having a certain image in life. And it's like being soft to come toward you is kind of out of their character, right? It's like they're used to receiving. And right now they're not receiving, and it's like they realize that they're the ones that have to come forward for this. So let's get a couple clarifiers for you. I know I didn't do this. I did it different than pile one, so it's always how it feels. I have to go with how it feels. Yeah, that's it right there. So for you, yeah, this is what you were dealing with. You were dealing with the neglect of parents. It's like you had to heal this in order to feel comfortable in yourself again. Okay? You had to heal this aspect. You guys had an emotional trauma bond, right? Not with them, but it was like that's what you were like trying to deal with, the trauma bonding of giving them so much. And so you feel very deeply, but it's like at the same time, I don't want to get trauma bonded to somebody if in the past that's never worked out. It's only ever felt like crap, right? And so, and then we have, yeah, the 10 of coins here. Yeah, wanting to build success, right? In all aspects. And it's like 10 is in excess. And so it's like you guys are going to, you have healed this. And because of that, this is like being rewarded in the physical. Not only are you guys going to glow up, Okay, this could be financial success as well coming on top of this. It's like whatever it was that was keeping you guys in this state of just feeling really overwhelmed and like you couldn't move on, that's all going away. And if it's this person, then it's just remembering that you guys are loving toward yourself and you're going to self-love and remember that you are worthy of what you want. And if it's not this person, then that will be somebody that comes in that will be better than this person. Or not better, that's a bad word here. It's more aligned with you. It is raining, okay? But overall, it's like there's happiness here, right? This is happiness and contentment and stability. Let's get some clarifiers for them, Source. Can I please have some clarifiers for them? What do we have coming out? Yeah, they know that they have to make a change. Like, if they want this to go anywhere, there has to be a change here. That's just plain and simple. Like, it's, if I don't make a change, look at them. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them over here. They're so defensive because this means that they have to be someone that they're not usually like, right? It's like, what I was saying is that feminine energy. It's like they're used to being the feminine, even though they're the emperor. They're used to receiving. They're used to receiving accolades. They're used to receiving praise. They're used to receiving requests. And it's like maybe you were part of that, but then you had to stop. And it was like you healed this in yourself. And because of that, it was like walking away. And it's like now they're stuck in this place of knowing if I ever want to ground this, I have to change. I have to make a change in my own self. And I have to come out of this. This feels very like egotistical to me. Right? And I don't read these in reversal. And the reason I don't read these in reversal is because for some of them you can't tell. It's just the energy coming through with this emperor. It just feels very like macho. I'm such a macho. Like, I can't go after anybody because I'm on the throne. I'm the one that deserves everybody to chase me. And they all should fall at my feet. And it's like changing that idea, right? And again, this is an unhealed masculine right now who's dealing with that in his heart or in their heart. And it's putting them in this state of like, wow, I don't want to cope with this, but at the same time, if I don't cope with this, I'm just going to like tear myself to pieces because of it, right? Why do I hear that song, Dig a Little Deeper? Gosh, who sings that? What's her name? Elra? Is it Elra? I don't know. She's absolutely got a gorgeous voice too. So, but it's like they're digging deep in themselves and they're taking action. But right now, if you see, he's very stagnant and he doesn't know which way to go. And so that's where they're at right now. It doesn't mean that it won't change. But yeah, there's help coming. Okay, with this Three of Swords in between you guys here on the bottom of the deck, this is Source intervening in the situation. Like basically Source is like, I'm not going to let this go on like this for forever. And whether that ends up good or bad, right? Everybody's going to be in a different situation. Right? You can't say, oh, it's all going to be the same for you guys. It's all going to be the same for all of pile 2. No, you guys are all in different situations. Right? And so it's going to be different. But there is some sort of intervention that's coming here with this Three of Swords saying, we're going to send help. So whether this is synchronicities or whether this is so much of them getting bombarded with your energy, like maybe it's social media, maybe it's TikTok, right? Like it's all these things like they're getting, or they have pictures of you. I just heard this, they have pictures of you and they can't stop looking at them. It's like an addiction almost, but it's not a bad thing. Like don't take it in a bad way. It's not a bad thing. It's just that they're getting bombarded by you from Source, right? It's like there is no turning back from this. In other words, it's like you either make a decision to say yes or you make a decision to say no. But just remember, if you say no, I'm not going to make pile 2 sit around and wait their whole life for you to make a decision, right? So either way, I do feel like you're going to find out what this is, what's going on, where it's going to go. But people do see you guys and they feel very jealous about the connection that you guys have. So if you guys have just been friends or co-workers or schoolmates or, you know, friend of the family, I even heard, you know, whatever the connection you guys have ever had, it's just like people are jealous of it. Wow, we had this come out. We had 3 cards. Yeah. Okay, I'll take these because I feel like they want these. I'm just going to put these here for right now. What's on the bottom of the deck? Yeah. All right. I'm going to take this because I know what you're saying here. Okay, don't get too hung up. I'm going to move this down. Don't get too hung up. This is on their side. This is what I'm feeling. Practice compassion, seeing things from a fresh perspective, right? And even though you're the one that's had a perspective change here, and for them, it's express love through gifts. And honestly, actually, I'm going to put this how they're showing me right now, because I thought it was the other way, but no. They just showed me the picture of it, and I saw. But it says a small token of love can convey great appreciation. So you had the perspective change here, right? You're finding balance within yourself. You're practicing compassion for yourself. And what I was saying here is this comes back to this energy. Express love through gifts. A small token can convey great appreciation. It's like they want to give you something. This is them coming forward and gifting you something, whether that's just an answer, a closure, it's something, right? There's something that's coming through here that they're going to gift to you. And then this is for you. We have 46 here, which is 10. The completion of a cycle. We have 10-10 coming out together. Spend quality time together. Listen to each other. Listen and talk to each other. And this is what, when they come forward, even if you're upset with this person, just remember practicing compassion in this situation will be vital for you. We have the moon here under the moon. They have the moon over here in this card. And so it's just important for you to listen to them in this time, because there's something that needs to be said, and that needs to be heard. It's like it needs to be both, right? Said and heard together. And then this is what they're dealing with right now. True love. This love is once in a lifetime. They're realizing how much they love you. Like, how do they feel about you guys? Like, let's be real. True love. These all came out, and I was like, I didn't want to take them all, but when I turned, well, they flipped over when I saw them. I was like, I know I have to take these, because that's exactly how it has been this whole reading. It's like they're dealing with this right now. It's like they can't get you out of their head. They can't leave it alone. So for you, look, rainbow blessings. Exactly. You're getting blessed because you've done so much healing. You're learning a lot about yourself, and you're freeing yourself from your mind's chatter. Like, this is the monkey chatter that you guys are freeing yourself from. And then for them, they had equality, number 14. Again, that uncomfortable place, 5. We have seahorse, equality coming through. They've been watching you. They've been watching you, and there's only a matter of time before they say something, they come through. Like, they just can't handle it anymore. There's just like, I can't deal with this anymore. It's overwhelming. I can't be in this place anymore that I'm in. And so they do want to come forward. So for them, trine, angelic support, harmony, perfect flow. What did I say? You guys are getting help. This is intervention. This is what they're getting. They're getting an intervention here. Like I've said, I feel like they're getting bombarded with your energy. It's not you. It's not anything you're doing. This is just like source, basically, like everything. They're playing a song on the radio and they think of you. They can't help it, right? They're looking through social media and all of a sudden there'll be like a stream of your posts for no good reason. It's like, doesn't make any sense, but like, it's like source is basically bombarding them with your energy to remind them that they love you. And then for you, Gemini, curiosity, intellect, and network. And so it's important for you at this time to network and to talk with other people, but also when they come through and they tell you this, to approach the situation from a place of curiosity, right? Open your heart and let that be the truth in your light, and let that guide you. Don't be, this is hard. Like, it's hard if somebody hurts you. It's hard not to, number one, you don't want to take anything they have to say seriously, especially if they've been silent for a long time. Like, it's like, you couldn't have told me this back then. And it's like, remember, they're dealing with this macho energy. Like, it's not a very good energy, right? And so this is what they're saying here. It's like not being afraid to, just as much as you practice compassion on yourself, and the more you practice compassion with yourself, the easier it will be to practice compassion in this situation. It doesn't mean you have to say yes to anything. It also doesn't mean that you have to say no to anything. It means to open yourself up to the truth of the situation and use your discernment and your intuition to guide you, not the emotional pain. Use your intuition and your discernment in this situation, and that's so vital here. And you guys will know what's right for you. So your card is the Ivory Swan Goddess with number 15. Like, you have 15 coming out, so balance is so important for you guys. It's like, look, she's like shielding her face here. It's almost like I'm done. Like, I don't want to deal with this. But let's see what she says. That's why I keep getting this energy. It's like, I'm over it. Like, you've thrown off the jewelry. Like, I just don't want to deal with this anymore. I want to deal with myself, and that's it. And that's for some of you guys. That's not going to resonate with all of you guys. So the Ivory Swan Goddess speaks of spiritual grace and purity. The purity of your soul light never fades, beloved. Release guilt, shame, judgment, or fear that you are not enough in any way, so that you may realize your beauty and be more of yourself and shine your divine essence into the world. Do not cast your eyes away from the perception of your own divine inner light in all its purity and radiance, beloved soul. So they're helping you guys find your own light. And also with that, it's like listening is so powerful for you guys so that you remember the truth of your soul. That doesn't mean that this person's meant to be there for you your whole life. It could mean that, but again, it's this energy of understanding that you have the power. You are the one that controls the situation. It's not controlling them. You control your situation for you. Right? You may find it easier to believe in the illusion of sins and unworthiness than in the truth of your spiritual innocence. Yet just like the purity, beauty, and grace of the Ivory Swan Goddess, your own soul is luminous, pure, and eternally graceful. You're being asked to recognize the divine energy within you without holding yourself back from unconditional self-acceptance and regard. And we talked about that over here, just being able to accept what is, and that's part of self-acceptance. It is time to accept your divinity in greater measure, to be present to the pure light within and not try to ignore it, downplay it, or worry that it is not enough. No matter what has happened in your life or what experiences or choices you have made, your soul light is as pure as the divine source itself, because essentially that is what it is. There is no need for spiritual shame or feelings of inadequacy. The light within all of us is exactly the same. We are just in different stages of realizing it. Kuan Yin, Ivory Swan Goddess, wishes to bestow divine grace upon you, beloved soul, to assist your spiritual growth at this important time on your path. For this to occur, you must be willing and able to receive it. As you choose to let shame simply be a feeling and let it go, as you choose not to empower judgment, condemnation, or criticism of the self by you or by any other, you are walking the path of remembering the essential soul purity of all beings. This is a peaceful and joyful path. You are becoming capable of seeing the God and Goddess shining out at you in the most unlikely of people's situations and experiences. You are opening to receive the grace that beloved Kuan Yin wishes to share with you now to help you live more joyfully in such a state of spiritual remembrance. Allow her to bless you with her grace as you remember the spiritual purity of your own being, free from taint, judgment, or flaw. I love that. I love that for you guys. So this is what's connecting you guys. It's just this purity. There's a very pure essence here, very subconscious. This is a very spiritual connection. And in order for it to ever grow, it has to be nurtured, but remembering that the only way to get to that point is to nurture self. And I very much feel like you guys are on that path. If not, I've already learned how to practice that on the daily. And that will absolutely help you guys with this connection. And remembering that it's not about the union. It's about merging with your higher self and with source and the divine within. And that's what brings all good things without, right? So this is what I have for you, Pile 2. I hope that it resonates. If it did, please hit that thumbs up button down below. Subscribe to the channel. Set that notification bell. And I'm going to leave it here. Until next time, stay human, guys. Bye. Hello, my fellow humans that chose pile number 3. This is for those of you guys that chose this beautiful peach moonstone. This is going to be your reading on you versus them, your feelings versus their feelings. So just keep an open mind with these. That's all I'm asking in the beginning. We'll see how it goes. Both of the first 2 piles were simply beautiful, so we'll see how your guys' turns out. And I'm doing the dice a tad different today. It is going to be more about your guys' connecting energy. This could be conscious energy. It could be subconscious energy. It could be on a soul level. wherever we're at, but we will find out more about it once we get into the reading itself. And also, instead of zooming in, I'm going to be setting it up on a block today. So with that being said, as you guys interact with my channel, it gives me an opportunity to connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. So if it does resonate, hit that thumbs up button down below, subscribe, and set that notification bell so you guys get notified for the next reading, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. Source, for pile number 3, what are the connecting energies between them and their person? For pile number 3, what are the connecting energies between them and their person? Source, what can you tell us? What do they need to know? How can we help them out? What are the connecting energies between them and their person? Source. Okay, so let me bring in my block. Here. Oops. That was on Gemini. It moved and I put it back, so. Alright, I think you guys can see that pretty good. Okay. So there's definitely this possessive energy coming through right off the bat. I don't know. So I'm just gonna tell you guys what I'm feeling, and this feels very specific. So if it's not resonating with you, maybe one of the other 2 piles will. So I'm just gonna say that right off the bat. But there's definitely this possessive feeling that's coming through between you two. Like you guys possess each other. That could be in a very, very toxic way, but it might also not be. It might just be like this feeling of like you guys belong to each other and nobody else, right? Like, so it does feel like that, but it also feels like you guys are, you know, with the second house here, that's all about finances and income, which is, it's a weird energy, and I can't really put more on it. It's very material based, right? It's not. Wow. Yeah, that's what they want me to talk about. It's very material-based connection between you guys. Especially with this, the Gemini and the Sun here. This is very, like, dualistic, and it's like you guys have a lot of contrasts. There's ups and downs, but it's, like, very materialistic. This is kind of shallow, like, in the physical realm. Holy crap, guys. Like, my throat keeps closing. Like, sources saying this is the truth. I want to like cough my head out. It's almost like either you don't want to talk about this or they don't want to talk about it, right? Woo! And this is like connecting energies here. So, yeah, it's like more or less like this connection of being together because you guys are able to fulfill each other's material needs. And, not, it's different. There's like a mischievousness and like this superficiality coming through here, right? It's like maybe there's not really a lot of genuinity between you guys because it's very material based. It's very 3D based. It's not like physical, right? This is more sexual than it is loving, and it feels like love because sex can sometimes trick us into thinking that we're in love, and it's really just an attachment. And that's what it feels like here. It's just a very interesting energy coming through. There's a lot of gossip that happens here. These are connecting energies. You guys talk bad about each other, or they talk bad about you when you're not around. Like this feels very, it does. It feels toxic. Like it's interesting. Like I was saying, like at the beginning, it might not be, but as I'm getting into this, it definitely like more feels like it's like you guys are just there for the comfort of one another. I mean, we'll find out more with the tarot, but that's what it feels like. The comfort of one another, right? We have pride and ego here. We have this want of always being on top, right? And this is identity. This like someone that is identified with the connection. It's almost like if I lose this connection, then I lose who I am, my sense of being, my sense of worth, my sense of self. And it's not, yeah, it's just like very, very narrow-minded almost. It's like, and that might not be you. You might be in it for all the right reasons, and they might not be, right? This is the connecting energy, though. It's like you could be in it because it's like a necessity to be in this connection, right? Like maybe you're dependent on them supporting you, and that's why it's coming out with the second house here. It's like, and they're in it because it's their identity. Like you make them look good. Do you see what I'm saying? Like this is a very odd energy here. It definitely doesn't feel much deeper than surface level, but let's get some cards out on it, guys, and see what else comes through here for you. Let me move this out of the way. And it feels this feels very specific. This could only be for one or two people. Like this pile might just be the one pile that's not for a lot. But it feels very specific. Like it almost feels like a necessity. Like I was saying, like a possessiveness, but there's also this feeling of necessity coming through. Like I need to be in this because if I'm not, like I'm going to lose all of my stability. Let's get some tarot out. Let's see if we can get some clarifying energy here. So source, for pile number 3, how do they feel about this person? What can you tell us? How do they feel about this person? Thank you. Okay, so for pile number 3, how do they feel about this person? Thank you. For pile number 3, how do they feel about this person, source? Whoa, yeah. Ooh. Okay, so let's get some energies out for your person. Okay, source, how does this person feel about pile number 3? This person may be very manipulative of you. Oof. Okay. How do they feel about pile number 3, source? Thank you. How do they feel about pile number 3, source? Okay. How do they feel about pile number 3? Whoa, that almost went flying off the table. Okay, bottom of the deck. Yeah, look, we have the devil with the 5 of clubs here. Guys, it's stuff I can't make up. This is energy that's coming through that I'm feeling right now, that source is gifting me. It's like this energy that source is showing me. And it's very toxic, right? We have the flames down here. And it's like these chains. It's like being stuck in a situation that you feel like if you leave, you're going to get the bad... What is it? The worst of a bad situation. If you stay, you're still getting the worst of a bad situation. And it's like being chained to this situation fully. Stuck. Like I can't get out. This is how you both feel. Like this is this connecting energy between you two here on the bottom. So it's like maybe you guys have kids together, right? We could have the son is talking about fatherhood, paternal, like being a paternal parent, and it's like there could be kids involved in this situation, and that's why it feels like I can't get out of a toxic situation. I'm trying to stay for the kids, or I'm trying to stay because I'm just like waiting until they turn 18. You know, I've had family members that have done that before. So let's get into your guys' tarot and see. Yeah. There's a want. Like, how do you feel for them? It's like you feel like you would be more free. We have the Queen of Hearts here coming out, also depicting the Empress and the 6 of Spades. But if you see this image, it's like you feel like you would be more fulfilled if you could get away. But getting away means destroying something that feels like somewhat of a success. If this is a marriage, right? Like having a marriage in your life was something that maybe not very many people experienced in your family or in your lineage, right? Or like maybe it was just like you guys having a family like was a big deal. Okay, again, this feels very, very specific, and I apologize, but I have to go where the cards are taking me, guys. And It's like this energy, you feel like if you let go, you would be more free. But there's this also fear of dealing with that, because getting involved with them meant that you had something that maybe somebody else didn't. And that made you feel good for a while, until it's like the truth of the situation started to unfold. And now it's like getting away. Like, look, it's like she's going in the dead of night, right? She's leaving in the dead of night. And the Six of Swords in my deck, it talks about balance, but mainly it's talking about not wanting to rock the boat. Like, I don't want to do something if it means, you know, getting the short end of the stick. I don't want to do that. I don't want to make things go bad. And it's like, you have the boat here, right? It's like not wanting to rock it so that you maybe potentially fall out into your emotions. And that's the energy here. It's like, if I look too deeply into this, then I'm gonna get the short end of the stick, you know, and then everybody's gonna accuse me of something. Like, that's what I feel like with this lightning. It feels like accusations coming in. Then you have the wind and the storm here, right? This is a Six of Clubs depicting the Tower. Or in my deck, the House of God. And in the House of God, it talks about God coming in, Source coming in, and reminding you of your worth through a very upsetting situation, right? It's like, how am I going to get reminded my worth if I'm going through this terrible situation? Because it reminds you of your strength. And when you guys empower yourself through your strength and your ability to overcome things, adversity, you guys empower yourself, and that makes you feel good about yourself. And you are already in this mindset of feeling like, if I could just get away, or when maybe you're not around them, you feel like a much different person, like a more balanced person, a more caring and loving person. But right now it's like you're giving all your love away and feeling frazzled because you're giving all your love away and it's not getting reciprocated. And it's like, at the same time, it's like, what happens behind closed doors should stay behind closed doors. That's the energy I keep getting here. It's like, my marriage or my relationship, it should be what it is out in public, and what it is behind closed doors shouldn't matter. But if you're miserable, why shouldn't that matter? I'm not telling you that you need to go and tell everybody how terrible it is, but I can't imagine that Source created us to get into marriages so that we could just be miserable when nobody's around us. Like, that just sounds awful. You know, I've experienced that myself, and it's settling. Like, settling for something because you don't know if there's something better, right? And that's what it feels like here. And so it's like, there's this energy of like trying to maintain an image, trying to maintain some sort of status because it feels safe. But at the same time, it also doesn't feel safe. Let's actually get some clarifiers for you before I move on. Source, may I please have some clarifying cards for how pile 3 feels about their person? Yeah, these both want to come out. Look, not wanting to heal. Addicted. Stockholm Syndrome is a real thing, guys. Okay? It's a real thing. I'm not saying you guys were kidnapped or anything like that. What I am saying, though, is that sometimes you can feel captive in a relationship. And in that and being captive in your relationship, captive by your own feelings and captive by your own mindset and captive by how a person treats you, you can develop Stockholm Syndrome and really believe that you're in love with a person who is very, very toxic for you. Very toxic for you. And it's difficult to get out of that. And that's what it feels like. It's like, if I leave, maybe they've convinced you that there's no one better. Maybe they've convinced you that you'll never get anything like what you have with them. Or maybe you guys have a very intense sexual connection, right? Like that possessiveness here. Like, this could be somebody that's very abusive of you. Like, I feel this person does not want to talk about this. Like, I felt it in my nose. I just felt it in my throat. Like, this person does not want anybody to know how they are with you. It's like they feel like they own you. They feel like because they have this title with you that they can treat you however they want, and that's not fair. That's not, I'm sorry, that's not fair. No one should have to experience that. No one owns another person. We don't own anything in life because anything can be taken away from us just as easily as it was given to us, which means that none of us actually truly possess or own anything. But there's this feeling that's coming through. It's just very dark. It's very upsetting. And it's like, I feel a fear from you. There's like a deep set fear here. Like, if I leave, then what? It's like, you shouldn't be worried about a relationship here, right? None of us should. None of us really should. But the main worry here should be becoming your own best friend here. Become the support system you need for yourself, which is easier said than done. I get that. I do. I absolutely understand that. Let's see what this one is. Yeah. The Ace of Wands in reverse is talking about self-sabotage. And this is forward motion. This is into the future, like sabotaging yourself in future movement. The longer you stay in here, the more you sabotage yourself in the future and the more you stay stuck. It's like not trusting in the process and not having faith. Like basically resigning to the situation overall, like saying this is exactly what I've been given and this is basically what I'll go to every day. This is heavy. I'm sending you guys an energetic hug, pile 3, because this is heavy. You guys need to know that you're worth so much more. You're worth so much more than a toxic relationship. You're worth so much. You know, when I was growing up, my mom used to tell me, God has his eye on the sparrow. And if he's watching the sparrow, what makes us think that he's not watching us? And I feel like you need to be reminded that you're so much more to God, to Source, to the universe than the sparrow. Yes, the sparrow's important. And if the sparrow is important, imagine how much more important you are. Let's move on to how they feel about you guys. So we have the 3 of clubs here. Yeah, we have the 4 of diamonds. Like they're always keeping tabs on you. They may check your phone. Like they may come home and expect you to give them your phone so that they can go through it and see if you've talked to anybody. This is like feeling like they have all your passwords and they're constantly checking on all your devices and you're never online. Like if you are like this, you may watch tarot readings or something like that on YouTube because that's safe. You're not actually talking to people, right? Or if you do talk to people, it's like you don't actually leave comments because it's like the fear of leaving a comment might mean that they could retaliate against you, but they're like constantly checking your phone, your device. It's like, that's what I feel like, especially with these 2 here. It's like they come home from work and they feel like because they provide for you that they can be however they want with you. And they're very... So when I turned this over, I heard impotent. Like, that's what I heard. They could definitely have some, like, maybe things were very, very intense in the beginning, but when I turned this over right now, I seriously just heard impotent. And so there could be some problems in the bedroom now. And now it just doesn't even feel like it's worth it, right? Like, it's like the more that you go on, the more it just feels like suffering, right? Look, and it's just an interesting depiction here too, because it's like she has her cards up where you could see them, like she's even off to the sides where you could see them. But these cards here, I don't know if this is a man or not, but their cards are face down. It's like they want to be able to see all your cards, but they're not going to show you all of theirs, right? They could be doing something behind closed doors. Look, and we have the 8 of Cups here with the moon. A lot of secrecy going on here. A lot of unbalanced energy coming through here. I keep hearing it was fun while it lasted. I don't know what that means. But that's what I heard right now. It was fun while it lasted. Like, this feels like, I don't know, it feels like being stuck. Like, they just want to have possession over you, like, right? It's like they keep looking in on you. They can't let go. They can't, there's no stability here, right? It's like they've taken out one coin of stability, and it's like they hoard that over you. They lord that over you. Like, I provide for you, and this, that, and the other. And it's like, because of that, this is crazy. Again, if this is not resonating, then this is not your pile. Please choose one of the other ones. This is very specific. So, source, can we get some clarifiers for how they feel about pile 3? Yeah, here we go. Here we go. I already know. So let's just get on with it here, right? We have the 9 of Swords coming out in the reverse. They are all full of red flags. They are all full of red flags. And this is like somebody who... So this is... I'm getting this energy of somebody who cares more about sex than cares about love. Like, they expect you to be their sex doll. Like, it's like, I don't like this energy at all. Like, guys, I have a headache. My chest feels like there's just this huge weight on top of it. Like, I feel like I'm suffocating. Like, it's so hard. But this is like, I can't... This is somebody who would be happy if all you had was a chain that led to the bedroom, the bathroom, the kitchen, and the laundry room. Like, that's the type of energy I get from this person. It's kind of overwhelming. It's not kind of, it truly is. Like, they don't give you any sense of freedom. They don't give you any privacy. It's almost like you guys don't have any privacy at all. And they really believe that you'll always be there. Like, there's this sense that they'll really believe that you'll always be there for them, because they're always going to be breadcrumbing you, and they can just go and do whatever they want. They could drink. This could be somebody that has an alcohol problem, okay? This could be somebody that has a drug problem, or like, I heard prescription meds, okay? But it's like, for what you don't want to heal emotionally, they're doing the same kind of thing, addiction physically. Like, it's a very physical addiction. For you, it's an emotional addiction. That's what it feels like. Yeah, and then we have the 4 of Wands here in the reverse. This is romantic frustration at its core. Like, let's just be honest here. This is somebody who is leaving you romantically frustrated. Like I was saying, I heard impotence when I do feel like this could be ED, is that right? Yeah, ED. Right? This could be somebody dealing with ED right now, or when it comes to you, it's ED, but they may be going out and sleeping around. Right? It's because there's this disconnect. It's like feeling like they possess you, they own you. It's like there's no attraction here. It's just like, you're there to do what I want. And it's like, I feel like you want to get away. Like, you're just trying to find a way to get away. But at the same time, feeling like there is no way to get away. Okay, so I'm going to leave that like that, because that's interesting. Like, we have 3, strategy, red fox on the bottom. Yeah, there's a need to be clever here in whatever you do. Like, finding a way to strategically move through your life. Like, it's always getting this energy. It's like you're always, like, having to figure out, like, if you need to talk to family, like, I feel like you have to clear all the text messages, because they're, like, accusing you of having a relationship, a weird relationship with your family, right? Or, like, if you have any kind of girlfriends or boyfriends or what, you know, like, wherever you're at. But it's like, if you guys have any of the same-sex friends, it's like, they're a problem too, because maybe you're sleeping with them. And it's like this weird energy. It's like, they just have to have control, because if you guys have any sense of freedom, then your light's going to shine. And what you're not seeing is that you are an empress. And it doesn't matter if you're a man or woman here. It's like, you're an empress in this situation. Like, you're a very beautiful person, and you have such a true heart and a pure heart to give to others. And you're not afraid to give that to others. But sometimes it's like your niceness puts you in a place of being a doormat. And rather than being nice, Is there a way that you can come into being kind rather than nice? Because those are two very different things. Nice is doing something because you don't want someone to feel bad. Kind is making sure you always have your boundaries met, right? Look at this. We have volcano volatility on the bottom. It's like there's an anger. Whether you're mad at me for knowing this reading or there's this anger from them coming through that I'm getting to this information, it's like there's like, why is this happening? Why is this coming through? Why is someone able to get into this? There's this anger at source too. Why is source causing this frustration in my life? Like, this is somebody who just wants to scream it all, like all the bad words at source. And it's like, this is happening in order for you to grow. This is happening in order for you guys to become who you're meant to become. It's like, sometimes we have to go through the hardest things in our life and actually find a way to save ourselves, right? This is you becoming your own hero, and it's hard, but after you get through the hard parts, it's a new beginning, right? It's always darkest before the dawn. Oh, this is a heavy one. This is a heavy one. I love you, 3. Pile 3, I love you. I'm sending you guys out so much love. And just know that you guys are not alone, okay? Like, you're not alone in experiencing things like this. There are a lot of people who deal with this. There are people out there who there's hotlines and helplines that can help you guys. Okay, just remember, you're not alone. You do not have to experience this alone, which is, it feels like this is what this person wants you to always be in, is this, oh, you're alone. No, you are not alone. Okay, like, that is the last thing on the earth that is true, is you're not alone. You guys are worthy of so much. Sometimes you just have to remember that there are ways to go about it. If you guys need to call a helpline, please do. If you guys have to go to the library so you can search for a number to get a helpline, please do. Ask your local librarian if they can help you. You know, there's always a way to get help. Always. And support, and people who can support you, right? This is a very weird situation, guys. This was not what I was expecting to come up on these readings. Of course, it never is, right? It never is. I do feel like they want it like that. Yeah, we have treasure your loved ones. It's important to love others deeply. Like, there's this sense of, like, if you walk away, you're blaming yourself for not loving them the way that you should be. And that's the thing. It's like, you've loved them so much and they haven't received your love. What more can you give? Right? What else can you give them to show them that you love? There's nothing else that you can give them. Nothing. Nothing. If they don't want to receive your love, that's on them. You're the best thing that's ever happened in their life, and they're not ready to receive you, then it seems like they've never have been. Look, we have number 22, which is a master number here, and 2 is all about trusting the process. We have 222 coming through, so that could be a powerful number for you. So there's more going on than meets the eye. And this tells me you're healing heart wounds, but it's like going through some rough patch. Yeah, going through a rough patch to heal the heart. You know, our heart has a seed within it. The seed is our soul. And oftentimes we have to break our heart in order to let the seed sprout. And it feels like, why does it have to be like that? It's because that's what teaches us resilience. And that's what teaches us our own strength. If we really saw ourselves the way that we are from Source's eyes, we would never think anything terrible about ourselves. But that's not how we forget it, right? We come like that, but then we forget because we're taught to doubt ourselves. We're taught that we don't deserve better, or we're convinced by others that, you know, we're terrible people and this is all we'll ever get. And it's all an illusion. This is all an illusion, which is coming out with the devil here too, showing it's just an illusion, but it doesn't make it less real, right? It still burns, it still hurts, it still cuts. That doesn't make it less real, because the emotions that are connected to this are what's feeling, what you're feeling, what's going on. And so it's like letting go of the attachment to those emotions, not saying that I need to shove these emotions away. It's saying to feel those emotions and let them be as they are so that you can gain clarity and guidance on the situation. If you don't feel good about the situation, why stay? right? Like, if you don't feel good about this person, why stay? Like there's all these questions that start to come up. Well, what makes me feel happy? And am I allowed to do that? And why do I need to be allowed to do anything if I'm a grown adult? Why do I need to ask for permission, right? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, there's all these questions that begin to come up. And then we have number 30. Look, you both got master numbers. You got 22 and theirs is 33. Appreciate this moment. Every situation is an opportunity to grow and to find love. This is what they're not doing. Okay, like, this is what is not happening here. They're not appreciating it. Look, they got 3. So we have 333 and 222. So they could be seeing 3s a lot, but they're ignoring the signs because there's so much in their emotional ego right now that they can't see the good in the situation. And sometimes the toxic situations, the people who are toxic in our life, have to lose us in order to understand that they were ever toxic to begin with, because we may be enabling them, right? Without knowing. We can only come at the situation from where we're at. Look, autumn equinox, release. Guys, I cannot make this more clear. Like, it's like source coming in and saying what this is all about, releasing the situation. It's time to let go. It's time to not be so connected to this, thinking that there's no way out. It's time to free yourself, right? Allow yourself. And then what comes after autumn is winter. And that's that time to reflect on what you've been through, to heal what you've been through, to quiet your mind and to sit in stillness and to let yourself grow from that. But you must first release, right? Could you imagine what would happen if the leaves always held on to their leaves? They would never grow. That's part of our situation. That's part of our life. We have Aquarian energy here. Originality, philanthropy, and progressive imaginings. This is letting go so you guys can become the unique person that you've always been meant to be. You're so unique. But do you see there's a mountain to climb here, and there's water flowing from there. Even though they're the water bearer that has, and their jug has no water. But they're still the water bearer. Aquarius is the water bearer. And you have this water that's flowing. It's like you have a mountain to climb in healing your emotional well-being. But that's okay, right? Like, that's fine. All of us do. All of us have to. Like, you're not alone in that. And it'll be worth it. When you get to the top, there's like this sense of freedom that comes from this. So this tried to come out in reverse. I don't know what this is yet. This tried to come out in reverse. So let's check out what it is. Look, fear. Fear, 38, hyena. Okay, this tried to come out in reverse. And let me tell you, this person is trying to convince you that they know. They know everything. They know, like, this is it. But here's why it came out in reverse. I'm just going to put it here for a second. What is so symbolic about this trying to come out in reverse is because they're living a life of fear. That's why they're trying to control every aspect of you. Because they're in a place of fear. And look, you're the light in their life. They just don't realize it yet. Or maybe they do, and that's why they're holding on so tightly. But do you see this? It's like, that's why it tried to come out in reverse. And it's like, usually this is saying to move away from poverty into prosperity. But honestly, this is them living in fear. Like, that's all they're in. They're in fear. This is all they see. This is all they see in their life is just lack and poverty. And it's like, but they can't turn around to look at you, right? They have their ass facing towards you. Excuse my cursing here, but they do, like, and this is you. The brightness, the light. So you have the shadow and the dark here. This is something that's very toxic, but it's like, I feel like you're going through this toxic energy so that you guys can open yourselves up to the love that's meant to be in your life. Like, and then we have Mars here. Move forward and defend self. Of course, Mars energy is going to come out for them. Mars is the most aggressive energy there is. God of war. Like, they go to battle every day. This person does. They go to battle. It's like battle with themselves, and so they battle with you because they don't want to battle with themselves, or because they are battling with themselves, right? So they're like constantly in battle. And this is like telling you it's okay to move forward and defend yourself, to say this isn't working. It's okay if things don't work out, right? That sometimes happens. We don't know what the future holds. None of us do. Not even tarot card readers, psychics, and everybody. It's like, because someone can make a decision. Like, you could have a fortune telling, okay? Like, this is just an example. Say someone tells your fortune and they say, oh my gosh, there's a love, your grand love is coming in tomorrow. But what if you make one choice today and that changes it, and now that grand love isn't coming until 10 years down the road, right? That's what we don't realize as humans. You can get your fortune told all the time. That's fine. But if we're trying to find out what happens next, we miss the point, because we have a choice to make each and every moment of our lives. Look, we have, guys, look, number 22. I can't. Do you see that? Look at the synchronicities in your reading, guys. If this doesn't tell you this is what's coming out, I don't know what else will. We have 2, 2, 2, and 2, 2 coming out together. And then we have Princess of the Autumn Harvest, and we have Autumnal Equinox Release. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, this is your card. Let's read this. Let's just get into it. This is and I turned right to it, guys. I turned right to it. That's amazing. Okay. The Princess of Autumn Harvest brings gifts of bounty and blessing for efforts and actions from the past. It is a time when fruit of labors is ripe for the picking. A beautiful blessing is on its way to you now. This may come in the form of a spiritual gift, an opportunity, a windfall of abundance, a significant relationship, or an important friendship, and more. With gratitude in your heart, you will recognize the blessing when it comes to you, and it will serve you perfectly. Be open to receive it, knowing it is justly deserved. A divine blessing is on its way to you now. It might be an obvious blessing where your heart sings and spirit soars, or it might start off as a hidden blessing, which leads you to that heart-opening state in a less obvious way. Was I saying, like, this is opening your heart, and that's exactly what I feel is coming. Sometimes we don't realize that we are being blessed because a blessing is in avoiding something that would have caused us unnecessary pain or suffering, distracting us from our path and lowering our vibration for a time. It may only be sometime later that we realize that we were indeed spared what could have been great suffering. Sometimes we don't ever realize how loved and protected we are in the precious moments where we are gifted blessings in disguise. To be able to open to receive more blessings in your life, and many are available from the endlessly loving, compassionate, and kind spiritual beings that surround us at all times, we can begin to cultivate a blessed frame of mind. Allowing the Princess of Autumn Harvest, beloved Kuan Yin, in her mode of grace, blessing, and bestowal of gifts to reside in your heart will help you enter this state. The easiest way to do this is to have gratitude in your heart as often as possible. Even if you are not sure why your life is unfolding in a particular way, imagine that behind every circumstance, the divine hand of your own magnificent higher self, assisted by Kuan Yin, is guiding you to deeper into your own bliss. This blessing comes to you as a specific reward for endeavor, effort, and inner work over some time. It will look and feel like something precious that has been gifted to you from a benevolent universe, and it is. Have faith, be open, and receive, beloved. Your time has come. All right, and we're talking about, at first it might not feel like that. Okay, at first it might not feel very good. It might feel like the end of the world. But with time, you're going to see the beauty of it. Whatever it is. Okay, this is heavy, guys. This was a really heavy reading. If you made it to the end, let me give you a round of applause, because you guys deserve it. You deserve so much in life, and you deserve to know how beautiful and wonderful and truly magnificent that you are. You don't deserve to be put or stay in situations that leave you brokenhearted or continually break your heart. That's not fair to you. Okay, this is what I have for you guys, pile 3. I love you. I'm sending you out an energetic hug. You guys are so loved and protected at this time. And just know that you are not alone. You're never alone. Okay? And you guys are welcome to reach out to me if you need someone to talk to. And just know that my heart goes out to you guys. Okay? With that being said, I'm going to leave it here. And if it did resonate, hit that thumbs up button below and leave a green heart in the comments so that other pile 3s know that you guys are not alone, okay? So I'm going to get out of here, but until next time, stay human. Bye, guys.